Good morning, my name is Liam Taylor. I am the director here at the Kirk house. We're sitting here on the front porch on the corner of 6th and Myrtle, and I'm excited to be bringing this Monday morning message to you for the first time. So this morning I'm talking about suffering, and you've probably been asked the question and asked the question yourself: why do we suffer? Why does God allow suffering to happen? And certainly we've heard the answers in terms of suffering leads to maturity, to growth, to character. But there's no doubt that there's an abundance of suffering and brokenness in the world. I don't think you have to walk too far around Erie to see that people are hurting, and it's a very difficult question to answer. And unfortunately, I don't claim to fully know the answer to that question, and I certainly can't attempt to fully answer it in a 3-minute message here. But one thing I do know and fully believe is that we serve a God who is not indifferent to that suffering. Indeed, He sympathizes and empathizes with us in the midst of that suffering, so much so that He sent His Son right into the thick of all of it. And this morning's passage from Hebrews chapter 2 touches on that briefly. Verses 9 through 11 in the ESV here reads, "We see Him who for a little while was made lower than the angels, namely Jesus, crowned with glory and honor because of the suffering of death, so that by the grace of God He might taste death for everyone. For it was fitting that He, for whom and by whom all things exist, in bringing many sons to glory, should make the founder of their salvation perfect through suffering. For He who sanctifies and those who are sanctified all have one source. That is why He is not ashamed to call them brothers." So clearly, Jesus fully understands suffering, and He's been tempted in every way that we are. And so I take comfort that in the midst of life's challenges and difficulties, Christ is with us in the midst of that. The writer to the Hebrews goes on at the end of chapter 4, starting in verse 14. "Since then we have a great high priest who has passed through the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God. Let us hold fast our confession. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but one who in every respect has been tempted as we are, yet without sin. Let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help in time of need." So, as we continue into this semester and we face challenges, we feel overwhelmed, our relationships are broken, we face challenges of different types, I challenge you and urge you, instead of getting bogged down and asking why and wondering why, draw near to Jesus and talk to Him and find rest and comfort and hope, knowing that He is a God who understands exactly what we're going through and is with us in the midst of it.